Salute and good morning. Happy Monday, guys. Monday the fucking 13th. I'm not doing too great today. For the last week, I woke up every night melting in sweat, screaming, gagging, and choking. I'm going to end up. Believe me, if I'm not in the hospital by the end of this week, I'll be shocked. I'm going to make a video about my experience in a religious cult. I don't give a fuck if two people even watch this. If the information's out there, you need to know about it. This is what happened to me, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that might have had similar experiences in, say, normal churches. Me, spiritually, I'm in and out. I could sit there and try to read a Bible, and if the Spirit don't move me, it don't move me. But when the Spirit moves me, boy, it fucking moves me. One of those deals. I lived in Adrian, Missouri, and I just got back into church. It was a little Assembly of God thing, and I really liked the people I was going. And when I got hurt, starting the disability progress, I spent a lot of time doing studies and shit, mail order things and that. And a little ad in a newspaper popped up, Seal of the Living God or Mark of the Beast. It's a free book. So I sent off where I got a free book and said thank you to these people. And they sent some videos that I got to watch. Finally, they even gave me, I'm not shitting you, they found out I wasn't right. They sent me $500. I'm not fucking shitting you, man. These people gave me $500. And that happened a couple times. So they'd come out, they met us, and then finally I had an invite to their house. I lived in Adrian, Missouri. They lived in Lansing, Kansas. Way out in the boonies. And so me and my stepdaughter, we went out there, and riding out there, I said, you guys are Seventh-day Adventists, aren't you? They kind of smiled and said, yeah. They were hiding that from us. They didn't know how we were about it, but they didn't know exactly who the fuck I was either in my background. I'm not even going there. So I started going to this place. It was a little home church. They had answers, they had some truths, they had things that I couldn't figure out now. It's all being pieced together. They were vegetarians and had, Liz was an excellent cook. But, it's, there's little kinks in the armor there with Liz. We'll get to this in a minute. Yeah, I'd say thank you for dinner. Don't thank me, thank the Lord. Okay, or I'd say, those cookies or what? No, those are oat burgers. Kind of snappish. No, I actually found some kind of peace and relief at this place. And they should have known. Oh, I was a cigarette smoker, a flesh eater. I wasn't a vegetarian, and I was a work in progress. But like my wife here, everything needs an answer now. Snap, 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 and we need instant results. We can't give things time. So I start the Hep C treatment for my liver, and I'm sick, I'm depressed, God, I'm having a lot of problems, and 3 months into it, my first piece of shit wife leaves me for the fourth and final time. So my head's fucked up. I end up in an insane asylum for a couple days, and, I had to get some medicines, and so I need help. I'm depending on help. And when I lost the electricity at my trailer, I went out to the farm at Lacine, and I lived out there for a couple weeks. I was in a little outbuilding, and, I'd come and take a shower and that, and I would work around it. I'd try and, not being a slimy piece of shit, I'd try to help out a little bit. One night, my cat come in, a little black cat had curled up with me, and it gave me some peace and joy, and the next morning I'm in there, I got my ass jumped by Liz. You can't have that. Any Seventh-day Adventists know there's a thus saith an Ellen White. And I got the prophet of God, Ellen White, thrown at me. She said that. I still, all these years later, could not find one Ellen White writing about a cat coming into the house, curling up with me, and giving me comfort. Yeah, one thing with the Seventh-day Adventist Church is, thus saith Ellen. Oh yeah, thus saith the prophet. There's no thus saith the Lord. It's thus saith every fucking thing they do. Has a goddamn Ellen White quote to it. I bet it even drove her fucking crazy misusing her shit. So, people up in Wisconsin, they got this little health food restaurant thing, and I got sent up there. I don't know. Personally, I needed a vacation. I needed to get away from things. I needed to clear up my head. So no, I swear to God, man, I had this 2004 Monte Carlo, but they wanted me to take. It was like this old '77 Impala. It was this 4-door fucking blue Chevy thing. We didn't even know if it run. The tires weren't even holding there, but they wanted me to take that up there. Oh, if you break down, I don't think so. So I go up to Wisconsin, man. It took a while to get up there. And everybody's like, how are you going to make your money? How are you going to eat? I had two cats and a dog that wouldn't even let in the fucking house. I had suspected athlete's foot, and oh my God. I mean, I wasn't greeted very friendly. No, the people at the main house fed me. They fed me, but then when I got to the dormitory type thing, these people were expecting me all day, but then I show up, they're all pissed off because they're in town, and here I am. I wasn't felt welcomed here at all. I got body issues and stuff. Next day, some guy, we're going to go chop wood and make logs, and I'm like, I have a back problem. Finally, I looked around and said, fuck this, I'm going back home. And I did. They gave me $20 gas money, and I barely made it home. I missed a turn. Yeah, I missed a turn, and boy, I played hell getting back to Highway 80. So I get home, I get down to Lewisburg, and I get a cigarette. Long story. I get a cigarette. And I show up down there at the farm. I think it was about 7 at night. And I need a place to stay for a night, please. They were cool. When I got up the next morning, you should have saw the facelifts gave me. Oh, fuck. So anyway, during the course of time, they would start hearing what went on up there. They heard one story from Wisconsin, and then they heard my story. What pisses me the fuck off about people is this. I'm with you all the time. You're going to take someone else's word over mine, and you're going to sit there and call me a fucking liar to my face. And I mean, I was there. I know what happened. I know what I felt. I know what I experienced. That didn't matter. So a camp meeting come up. It was in April of 2007. Yeah, I show up. It's a camp. Well, don't you have a tent, sleeping bag? Well, no, I don't know shit. No one's telling me nothing. I went down to Oklahoma to a camp meeting, and oh man, I got to see all the heavy hitters, Pastor Raphael, Pastor Jan, and you know, there was prairie dresses and hairdos, vegetarian food, and more. So I spent, I think, 3 nights in a tent. 2-3 nights in a tent. God, it was fucking cold. I'm glad somebody was nice enough to give me a sleeping bag, or I'd been freezing my ass off. And the only light I had was my phone that was losing power. I took some pictures, and then after I got about 2 weeks after this camp meeting, I show up out there at the farm, and then afterwards we take a walk down to the creek. Right as soon as we hit the driveway, they're on my ass. Now, a week before, I had to go to the Mormon church. Oh, Jesus, fuck me, God. No, I had to go somewhere for some help. I needed some money. I begged for help, and these people gave me $70, and it was just enough to pay my insurance and have a couple dollars. That's a sin. Now, they gave me this Book of Mormon, and I kind of glanced at it. I mean, come on. I just kind of glanced at it. I was being grilled on this shit. Even Fat Dave, he had to throw in some weight, and I was thinking, dude, just shut up, dude. So no, by the time, it was a 2-mile walk down this creek, and God, I just getting tore into. I mean, it was relentless. So I get down to the creek, and I'm like, keep casting stones, guys. Keep casting stones. Oh, the work thing. I couldn't work enough hours or anything to live anymore. I could barely do some part-time work, okay? But God, I'm going to tell you something. When you get hounded so bad by some fucking bitch, when they just hound you and hound you and hound you, it's like a torture technique. You just finally say, fuck it, I can. And I did. I just finally broke down. Fuck it, I can. It's just so they could get off my fucking ass. So, 2 miles to the creek, 2 miles up to the house, I got my ass ripped into. I left and all that, got my shit out of their storage. Their youngest son, John, goes, please come back. And I said, bro, I can't. Years later, this thing called Steps to Life out in Wichita, that's where they kind of, their home church thing. I saw him, and I wrote the letter to the pastor there. And I said, I saw the Wagners, and I want to say hi, and I want to forgive Liz. That's right. I said, I want to forgive Liz. So they told Liz, here's the letter and information. I got a real nasty letter back from these fucking people. No shit. I sat there and said, I forgive you for the wrong you done me. Oh my God. They gave me $500 3 times. I took the Lord's money. I lied to them. Oh, I'm a hunk of piece of shit. I did this wrong, that wrong. I mean, they were holding everything I'd ever done in my fucking life against me. They became judge, jury, and executioner on this. They even went so far in this letter to say, we will come down, meet you face to face, and let you fucking know what happened. I wrote steps to life back and said, thank you. Sorry I spent the letter, and maybe we spent more time maybe listening to the man preaching. We wouldn't be like this. Of all the congregations I'd ever been in through, the Seventh-day Adventist is the most fucked up. I moved to Clinton, Missouri because they had a church here. I can go in there for a while, and I had these little DVDs. It's just information, okay? But it wasn't from the conference. It was from Universal Publishing down in Waco. So I had a conference guy and the pastor come to my house, and they're talking to me. They're asking me about my beliefs, who's this, that, and that. And I finally go, are you just fellowshipping me? And I go, depends on what you're thinking. I could read between the lines. I was being disfellowshipped. Again. I noticed, too, that young pastor that was he didn't stick around very long. In fact, they'd been through 4 pastors in 3 years, I think. Oh, yeah, they were going through pastors left and right. So, anybody going out there in the religious world today, I mean, I can see why it's such a fucking turnoff. Oh, the Baptist. Back in 18, I left my wife temporarily. There's a little bookstore, and it's mostly Baptist in there. And, again, I looked for some people as a support system, and I just got fucked. No, somebody requested some Adventist books, so I brought them in for her, and then I talked to the owner. The owner went off on me. Yeah, I won't mention their name. Bread of Life up here. She goes off and takes 4 Spirit of Prophecy books that I was going to give to, and she threw this shit in the trash. She threw this shit in the trash. I couldn't fucking believe it, man. Here's somebody, let's pray with you, brother. And we sit there and hold hands and pray and all this other shit. And, sat there, threw my shit in the trash. I'd never been in the store since. Oh, take that back. One time, I went and talked to the little helper, and did you pull that shit out of the trash to give to my friend? She said, yeah, and I'd never been back. They used to sit there and tell me, what are you going to say in heaven? What are you going to say in heaven? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? And I say, nothing. I've got nothing to say. Guilty as charged. So, that's my experience with cults. Organized religion, I don't know how many churches I've been kicked out of. I've probably been through more buildings than most people would ever be in a lifetime. So, I'm not in good health. And honestly, I don't give a fuck if 2 people watch this. I just want this out there. I want people to know what a fucking shit sandwich this can really be for you. That's all. I don't know what else to say. I want to close it here. It's just my little testimony, I guess. It's just, something that happened to me in my life that, last night I'm not good. I'm not right. And I started dwelling on this a little bit. And I thought, what a piece of shit, man. When you really need and depend on somebody, I had found they're not there. From my ex-wife not being there for me, to my church not being there for me, my friends not being there for me, nobody there for me. And in the end, it's really just you. It's just you on your own. So, horn salute. Try to have a good week. Blessings to all, and thank you for watching. And maybe hit that like and subscribe shit.